Hey, Scruffy. I'm right on time. I thought I was going to be late. So, weather's not too bad today. It's a nice day. I think it's hotter than yesterday, but still manageable. So, ready for dinner? I didn't see you out the window. So, I might have just got there right in time. You saw me through the blinds. You get in position. So you're still a little spooked at lunch. You're gonna be spooked at dinner? Yeah. Wish you wouldn't be. Doesn't make any sense. Start getting spooked for no reason. I didn't change anything. In fact, I stopped trying to cut your dreadlocks because we finished with that. Okay, now I'm gonna come out. Scruffy's backing away. Okay, I'm gonna kneel down. At least when he's that far away, he probably won't hiss at me. Get the glove on. Okay, it's starting to come over. I haven't sit in the chair yet. Okay. So I just got back from a bike ride. I went pretty late. So I didn't think I was going to get back in time, but because that the primary trail that I use is closed now, I'm trying to figure out an alternate route, and the route I picked today is actually shorter, so it kind of worked out. But yeah, I went late enough where the heat wasn't a big problem, because so 2 days ago when I went for a bike ride, yeah, I was really struggling. It's not feeling well. It's too hot, and I think I was too tired because I hadn't been getting much sleep because of that conference I was attending online. So yeah, today's the first day. Didn't have to wake up in the middle of the night because the conference is over now. So actually got a mostly normal night's sleep. Although, yeah, just coincidentally, there was another online class I've been taking. Well, I guess it's kind of a class. They were doing a special session this afternoon, right when I was normally going to go for my bike ride, and I was debating if I was going to attend it live or go for my bike ride. So what I ended up doing was I attended the first part live, and I actually had a question, and so I actually got to ask my question, and then after my question was answered, I let my screen recording go, and then I left for my bike ride. So that's why I thought I was going to be late, because I left pretty late because of the class. But but yeah, made it back in time. And I got to attend I got my question answered in my class thing, so that was good. And let's see what else. Yeah, just trying to get caught up from everything else I neglected for the last how many days it's been. So I'm still not caught up, but whatever. So I think I need to go grocery shopping again soon. There were a few things that I wasn't able to get last time I went, and so I'm starting to get low. I had enough surplus to go by a little longer, but I'm almost out of certain things. Like milk is one of them. So actually, the weather, the temperature is actually going to keep creeping up a little each day. So originally it said it was all going to be the same for the entire forecast, but yeah, it keeps changing, and now it looks like it's just going to creep up a little each day. If it was going to be the same, I was actually thinking maybe today would have been a good day to go shopping. But since today was going to be a little cooler than tomorrow, I thought I should do the bike ride. Scruffy really pushed into that pet there. Likes the under the chin tonight. And likes the headbutt there. Oh yeah, so last night I started talking about the dishwasher problem, and then Scruffy left dinner early, so I never finished talking about it. So yeah, Scruffy's been kind of spooked. I'm not sure why. So I don't know if he's going to do the same thing tonight. But anyway, I was trying to go to sleep early, but I went to start the dishwasher, and then I realized it didn't sound right when I started it. And I realized there was no water flowing. But I figured it out pretty quickly, because it reminded me of, I think it was like the last major thing that my dad and I fixed together before his cancer completely ravaged him, and he was unable to really do anything. So I remember the dishwasher, the hose, basically it completely deteriorated. It's probably 5 years ago, maybe 6 years ago, can't remember. So anyway, the kitchen was flooded with water, and tracked it down to the hose feeding the dishwasher, and basically we figured out the hose had ruptured. It's one of those steel braided cables. So the steel actually was kind of doing its job. When we inspected it, what happened was it looked like there was something leaking above from the sink onto the cable, and it was slowly causing the cable to rust. And parts of the cable were bulging, and it ruptured basically. But you can see the steel braids were actually trying to keep the thing intact. So if we had been more diligent about inspecting the hose more frequently, probably would have caught the problem. And actually the water leakage probably been a lot worse if it hadn't been for the steel braids keeping the hose intact as much as it was, because the whole thing should have just probably completely blew up. The hose was in really bad shape, but yeah, the steel braids were just kind of keeping it scaffolded slightly together, so the leak, it was bad, but it wasn't. So we got basically a big puddle near the dishwasher, but well, probably the whole room should have been flooded. So got lucky with that one. So we went to the hardware store, and we found a cable that advertised, or a hose that advertised basically the same thing, except it had a self-sealing mechanism, so it somehow mechanically knows if too much water is flowing, and it actually has an internal valve that shuts off if too much water flows through it too fast, and it'll cut off the water at the source. So the type of problem that we had, it should prevent. And I'm going to feed Scruffy now. So I'm going to brush you. Scruffy's been kind of dodging the brush recently. So he's been either dodging the brush or enjoying the brush, and I'm not sure. Okay. Thought he was enjoying it for a second there, but now he's pulling away, so I'm going to stop. I don't know, maybe Scruffy's starting to get picky about the food. Doesn't like the food anymore. Used to be, he'd just plow into the food and I'd brush him. Because he was focused on the food. But yeah, maybe I'm feeding him too much and he's starting to get picky. So I want better food. Stop buying all this cheap stuff. So, let's see, lunch. Yeah, he was spooked again a little bit, so when I came out, he backed away, and he walked under the table like a tunnel, and then came back around. It's kind of a weird new behavior. I forgot to mention yesterday, Scruffy actually ate with his back towards me, so that was showing a little more trust than what he's been doing recently. But yeah, today he was facing me, so he didn't have his back to me. Hey, Scruffy. How you doing? Looks sunny. Yeah. I think it's going to get a little warmer today. You got some meows today. Okay, I'll bring out your food. I think I've put too much water in your kibble today. But I don't think I'll mind. Oh, the plate got knocked off. Oh, you're skittish. Okay, you're coming back over. I'm not done yet. Get the glove. So yeah, you still seem spooked, huh? It's been, I don't know how many days now. 4 or 5. Didn't think the memory would be that good. Because nothing happened. I'll get some of the debris off Scruffy while he's walking away. to your other side and finish up. Okay, let's get your food. Tonight's dinner is meaty pate, super supper, kibble, and rotisserie chicken scraps. And it's the last of the can of the super supper, so I think we'll think another meaty pate is for tomorrow. It's probably the real chicken and tuna. So I was talking about the hose for the dishwasher. So anyway, we got the fancier hose. I think there may have been a problem where the regular one, they were out of stock, so we had to get the fancier one anyway. But so it's not that much more. And so we installed it, but we couldn't get the dishwasher to get the water flowing, and kept redoing it, trying to figure out what was wrong. And the instructions of the hose said make sure when you turn the water spigot back on, you have to do it very, very slowly. Otherwise, you'll trigger the automatic cutoff valve in the hose. So I kept telling my dad to turn on the water the valve very slowly. And I don't think he really took what I was saying to heart. I don't think he really believed or understood how the mechanism worked. And so he told me he was doing it slowly, but yeah, we kept getting no water. So finally we did one last disassembly, put it all back together, and I think this time I actually did I turned the nozzle and for the spigot, and I made sure to do it the slowest possible way I could do it. Unfortunately, this particular nozzle we had, it's one of those 90-degree ones, so it's not one of the ones that you just keep rotating. And so because it only goes 90 degrees, you have to move it really, really slowly, because the hose is actually that sensitive. And I think we actually ended up having to do it twice, because I actually heard it cut off at one point. But we finally got it, and I got an appreciation for how that cutoff system works. And so when the dishwasher didn't work the other night, that was the first thing I thought of. So I'm not sure what triggered it. My guess is just when the dishwasher turned on, there was just some happenstance that the water through the pipes might have just flown with a little more force than usual, maybe triggered it. I don't really know why it triggered of all periods like this, since it's been working fine for... Actually, I think it did trigger once, like 4 or 5 years ago. But since then, yeah, there's been no problems. Scruffy's zooming early again. But anyway, yeah. So I just undid the hose, reset it, and redid the valve, and start working again. But yeah, a bunch of memories flooded back from my dad. So, Scruffy didn't finish his food again, so I'm going to leave it on the red plate for him. He'll come back after I go back inside. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.